All right, welcome everyone. If you would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Volrath?
Here.
Mr. Blanton?
Here.
Mr. Robinson?
Here.
Need a motion for the acceptance of the minutes from October 1st, 2025 of the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees.
I will make a motion for the acceptance.
Okay, sorry about that. There were some things that we need to fix in there. Or some things that we have to check on and
So what are you
fix.
saying, we don't need to approve tonight?
No, not
We
yet.
need
We're going to
to
ask
make-
you to do that at the
Yeah.
next
We
meeting.
need to make
Yeah,
amends
so
to
we
it?
apologize.
Okay. Yeah, nobody said anything. All right, how about a motion for the acceptance of the invoices from September?
I'll make a motion that we accept all the invoices as presented by the fiscal officer.
I will second.
Mr. Volrath?
Yes.
Mr. Blanton?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
All right, Sheriff's Report, Lieutenant? All right.
Good evening, Lieutenant McElroy with Hampton County Sheriff Patrol. So for reports for September, Sheriff's Department had 317 runs. 242 of those were dispatch details. 75 of those were self-initiated details. As far as service exchange, 152 calls for Miami Township cars to assist outside of Miami Township. 39 times they were disregarded before going, so 113 times they actually went and assisted. In exchange, 180 times county cars were requested into Miami Township for assistance. 89 times they were disregarded, so 91 times they responded and helped. We took 15 criminal reports, 8 non-criminal reports, and 6, I believe, traffic crashes. That is the report. Any questions or requests?
All right, any questions for the Lieutenant? Any questions from the board?
I do have something here.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is something that you can put on the list, but it appears the homeless problem is greatly increasing down in between the town hall down there, the Legion. There has been countless piles of stuff behind the church. They're starting fires back there now. I'm afraid something is going to catch with it being fall now and the leaves being on the ground.
Well, can I ask, are you saying they're trespassing on Legion property, or there's a camp somewhere back behind?
They're setting up camp and they're using that hillside. I think we've had issues with homeless hanging around at the town hall, but also at the church down there, the Presbyterian church the Legion bought.
Okay.
On the side of the building, on the wooded side, there is a stairwell that they have set up camp underneath that I have destroyed now personally 10 times. Keeps coming back, and now they're starting campfires back there.
Obviously, this is your property or the
Correct. It
church's
is our
property,
property.
so that's no problem. If you let us know when they're there, we have no problem getting rid of them, and if they won't leave trespassing them. That's usually the hardest problem. I know if you know the area, there's different homeless issues, not with just Miami Township, Cleves, North Bend, Addison. Sometimes it's difficult with finding the owners of property or getting owners to cooperate with ordering the cleaning out, let's say. But if you guys that's an easy one. If you guys let us know when they're there or where they're at, we'll have no problem with that.
Yeah, we have had a couple of them removed from there. These camps keep setting up. We're not catching anybody there, but it's all new stuff going in down there. There's needles all behind, so people are shooting up drugs there. It's becoming a more consistent problem. We had an actual break into the church that the county responded to a couple months ago, so it's getting more aggressive as to the types of stuff that's going on.
Yeah, by all means, if you see anything, call us. We'd love to help out with that. Because you guys, it's easy. Like I said, you guys are the owners. You know, we actually have cooperative landowners, so that would be fairly easy for our help.
Tim's the commander, Trustee Volrath, and I'm a member of the American Legion also. So what he's talking about, and I just want to clarify for you, is the other side of the church where if the deputy pulls in the parking lot and goes behind the church and makes a U-turn, he's not going to see him. Around the other side of the church, in between the drive-through and the side of the church.
Okay.
And that stairwell, that's where you're referring to,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Because I walked over there just a week ago and they had all kinds of stuff set up also.
Okay.
So they're gonna have to get out to be able to observe them or see them.
Yeah.
That's, I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah, it's no problem. Just like, so I got a call from North Bend admin just the other day stating that somebody had seen like 3 different tents over off of Sunset, which is St. Anne's. So I went over personally, and then another officer obviously came because they heard a lieutenant was out on Sunset. But you look all over and we can't find it. So sometimes, I don't know how deep in the woods the maintenance is going to find these, but sometimes we need help finding. But under stairwell is pretty good direction, so we'll definitely check that out.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so we'll be prosecuting witnesses, right? So.
Yeah, that's a great thing that we have.
I will, one of us will be.
Sure, that's great.
And obviously in the same vicinity, but Tram uses our town hall there down in Cleves. And I had the unfortunate experience of walking up on an individual that I thought was a guy because he had no shirt on, and it was not when they turned around. But yeah, so I know that they're utilizing that space, and that is our township property as well.
Yeah, so.
I think as the weather gets colder, we're noticing, more and more issues.
Obviously, yeah. So, by all means, we have no problem with that, especially when we have cooperative landowners, so that's great.
Sure.
All right, thank you, LT.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You wanted me for a second.
Yeah, I just know it's hot in here.
All right, we'll jump straight to the administrator's report. Mr. Brett?
Good evening, everyone. This is so nice to be able to say this. The Jordan Road Waterline pre-construction meeting will be tomorrow morning. The contractor has got materials on order. We're moving forward. We're still looking at mid-January to finish, but we're hoping that within a couple weeks or less, we'll be done with the part where the park expansion is going to be. So that's good news. The contractor with the park, Ohio Site Solutions, had a pre-construction meeting with us last Thursday. Everything went great. They're going to have a representative at that pre-construction meeting tomorrow. They were actually going to start moving equipment in today. I didn't get down there this afternoon to see if they did. But so they're getting started as well. And I can't tell you how good it is to say that it's being done, not that it's being looked at.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that takes care of those 2 things. Just a couple other things. The contractor at West Park, when they sent us a list of projects that they had done a lot of turf fields. So I'm sending them the information we have on the turf because they do I think the expensive part to start is the underdrain system. So they said it was easy for them to do a takeoff, so they would do that for us, so we'll get another price from them. I also met last week with the athletic director, Zach, down at the high school, and also the new superintendent, Tim Cease. And we kind of just had a general discussion about the relationship between the park and what we do. And I talked with Zach about a couple things that we want to bring to you before next spring for some stuff on the outfield fence during baseball season and for the tennis courts. So that's coming up. I just wanted to let you know that we started that dialogue. Moving on to Touch a Truck last Saturday. That was another excellent event, well attended. Kids love that. I want to thank Carrie and Ashley Beck from the fire department. Those 2 young ladies put a lot of time and effort into organizing that. And I also want to thank the fire department because we had people who were off duty who came in for the open house part of the event. We had them bring their family in. We had bounce houses that we borrowed from the Fairfield Fire Department, and I think it just was a great event for everybody. Let's see, I'm a little bit of a downer here. I mentioned before that the Ohio plan had their risk management person out, and he's gotten back to us on some issues, and we'll be discussing that as we move forward. But we've got some things to make decisions on with that. So, and the cul-de-sac on Triple Crown that we approved the concrete instead of the asphalt, that turned out really nice. Good job done by Three Rivers Blacktop, and I think that was going to be the right choice after looking at it. I think it's more the larger garbage trucks than what we used to have, making the turns in those small cul-de-sacs. So I'm gonna talk with Rumpke and see if there's something we can do about that. I'm not sure that there is, because their trucks just keep getting larger, but maybe we can get them to back down the street. I'm not sure, but you know, we want to make sure that it's safe, but we want to cause as little damage to our streets as possible.
Okay.
And that's all I have for this evening, unless you have questions for me.
All right, any questions? Anybody have questions for Mr. Brett right now? All right, Jim, we'll move on. So we'll go to old business. We have none. So we will go to new business. It's revive appropriations for the park expansion and the water line project POs in the amount of $3 million. And I believe Ms. Ozier would like to comment on
Yeah,
that.
I think explaining to people that for us to do a purchase order, you guys approved both of those projects last year. For us to do, the money's not going to be spent till next year, but we have to do a PO to send with the contract that they know we have the money. So it's not we're spending the $3 million, we just have to appropriate it. So I make sure you guys, so basically so we can do a purchase order. But I mean, most of this money is going to be spent next year.
Yeah, the more we spend this year means the further that they got. And like I say, the water line contractor thinks within the next 2 weeks he'll have what we call phase 1 installed, so that'll be great. And I'm glad to spend the money if they get further ahead, but
And the water line's been going on for so long, as we all know, that you can't just, appropriate it. So, I mean, now it's good news. And the TIF money, there's $15 million there right now. Next year we should get, another $5 million. That's about what we get a year, is $5 million.
So after our two projects are done, we'll be back at 15 million at least next year.
Yeah.
So, right.
So that's why we have to do that.
So we need a
And then I
motion.
have, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Another reason we have to do that, the money's there, we have to appropriate, then I have to send it to the county so they certify it too. So there's
Right.
a double step to that, yeah.
Okay.
So I understand what we're doing, and I'm going to be supportive of it, but I would like to see our board look more ahead and look at capital projects like this and forecast maybe a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, things like that, so that we're not kind of flying by the seat of our pants and taking it as it comes, so that we can budget better and know what we have. And again, I have expressed concerns about the potential ballot initiative they're actively collecting signatures right now to eliminate the property tax. And I think that in talking to Mr. Brett, that would account for about 90 to 95% of the revenue that comes in to townships. So that could be absolutely devastating to townships in general across the state of Ohio. And one of the many discussions that I've heard is that the lifeline that they would extend to townships is to be able to use TIF money on additional things that previously were restricted to use. So again, people hear that number and hear 15 million, and that sounds great, and that sounds like, we're sitting on a pot of money and life's good. But if that's what we have to do to rely on for more of our operations and things, our fiscal situation could change quickly. So I would just I guess, encourage the board to take all that into consideration as we continue to look at these projects and hopefully plan and schedule out 5 or 10 years.
You got any discussion? So I will just comment off this. So we have been planning these two projects, the West Park extension, we've been planning for over 6 or 7 years. So we have had a future looking 5 and 6 and 7 years down the road, and that's what we looked at back then. And we looked at how much money we had when we purchased the property from Mr. Baxnider, when we started developing the park and going through the steps. And it took us at least 6 years to get to the point where we're at right now on the park. The water line's at least been 4 or 5 years we've been working on that. We had to have cooperation with the village of Cleves, as they own the waterworks and the water lines that we're trying to hook up to. So I believe we did that on both of these projects.
I think the water line was actually 8 years, I believe, but yeah, it's been a long time coming.
So it's been a long time. So do I have a motion?
Yeah, so we need a motion for the revise the appropriations for the park expansion and
It's
water
for the
line.
TIF. yeah.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to revise the appropriations for the park expansion and water line project POs in the amount of $3 million.
I will second it.
Mr. Volran?
Yes?
Mr. Blanton?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
All right. Any more new business, Mr. Pratt?
No, sir.
All right. All right, we'll go to the public for public comments. If you would like to address the board, you're welcome to come up and state your name and your business. I think, Mr. Bohannon, you have something. I know Mrs. West has something.
Good evening.
My name is Matt Bonahum, and I am a HOA board member for Whispering Farms neighborhood. Just a couple of things. We sent an email to Jim on Monday requesting that the trees between the street and the sidewalk get trimmed because they're hanging over the street and cars are hitting them. And I'm pleased to say, I talked to Jim, he said they were out today to take care of that. So we really appreciate that kind of response. Thank you. And then the other thing that we're here I wanted to bring up was, we did the slide repair on Whispering Farms Drive, and we appreciate you guys doing that last year. I think that was done about 14 months ago, but they've never really come back and fixed the road. And the road there's a big dip in the road there, probably 2 to 3 inches. And again, I've been working with Jim on that. He kind of filled me in before the meeting. And Jim, do you want to kind of speak to that? What?
Yeah, so the problem there seemed a little unusual. And so I asked Paris from Strasser Construction to take a look at it. She's with the company that does our road resurfacing. But before she came to Strasser, she worked for the Kentucky Department of Transportation. So she has a wealth of knowledge, and when she's in the area anyway, she's glad to go look at any problems that we have. She kind of confirmed what I thought. We think there is water, a spring or something underneath the road in that location. So we got through the resurfacing this year. Next spring, one of the things that I'll be asking Cindy to budget money for is to do a study, see if we can find out where that water is, then get some type of engineering, depending on what the study finds, to put some drainage in there if we're correct, and run some drain tiles from under the road to the drains along in the curb, and then resurface that area. So we're getting a little ahead of what they've been told, but that's kind of my plan for that area. We also have an area that when they finish the construction over in the Deer Run area, there's some areas that are starting to slide down that hill, and I think that's from truck traffic. So we're going to have to look at those as well.
We've been dealing with that for 10 years, maybe. That's been a long time, that road, them coming down that hill and hitting the brakes. We've redid that road, I think, 2 times in the last 10 years.
Yeah, and it's not bad enough that it needs done yet, but it's just one of those things that Mike and I have been talking about, putting together a 5-year plan. That's probably going to be in the 2nd year of that plan. And I see that plan as kind of living 5 years, so every year we plan out the 6th year and then the next year. So we stay 5 years ahead of time, especially with the price of fire equipment and things. I mean, you can't go buy a fire truck for $800,000 anymore. That $800,000 truck that we got is $1.2 million today. So,
Okay.
so we've got some planning to do, but we are aware of it.
We
And
appreciate that. We just don't want this to go into a study phase where nothing ever happens. We're getting a lot of complaints from our residents, and, it's been since March, we've heard about it, they're going to do a study. The study still hasn't been done, so I just want to make sure that, we're moving forward in some way, and we'd like to be able to tell our residents, hey, this will be fixed sometime in the year 2026, if that's the case. But I just don't want to go into a permanent, well, we're studying it, kind of thing.
And I would be glad to come to one of your HOA meetings and
Okay.
explain it.
Yeah.
And tell the people what we think is going on.
Yeah.
And, there's no need for you to take the heat for that, or whoever
Yeah.
the new president is, because I've been on those boards before, and it's not fair for you to have to
Well, that's
to take
okay. I
that
just
heat.
want to know, when should I follow up? Maybe in the spring to say, hey, is the study completed?
Yeah, well, I'll let you know when we start. How about
Okay.
that?
All right,
We
that'd be
start-
good. Anything else, Dan?
We start planning in early winter.
Okay.
So follow up with us in early winter
Okay,
with emails and CC me when you email Jim.
okay.
I still oversee the roads, so.
Yeah.
That'd
In
be
January, February is when we actually have Strasser come in, talk about what they need to do, and then we talk about, any large repairs we need to make, and obviously that would be a large repair.
Yeah.
I think the good news is most of our streets are in really good shape right now.
Oh, yeah.
So-
100%. We got
Thank you.
21 miles of streets. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. West?
Evening.
My name is Darlene West, and I'm the local coordinator for the Wreaths Across America campaign that takes place at Maple Grove Cemetery every year. Just my annual update for October. Right now, we have approximately 1,500 veterans who are buried at Maple Grove. Last year, we are proud to say that we were able to place a wreath on every veteran's grave, including first responders buried at Maple Grove. We are about 150 wreaths shy right now, but we have a few companies that we are yet to hear from. I want to thank you all for the support that you've given the campaign for the last 8 years. It seems impossible it's been that long. The other municipality governments around the area have been a huge support, as have the organizations. I invite all of you on December 13th to join us at noon at Maple Grove Cemetery, where we will have the Taylor Senior Choir, the JROTC Color Guard from Diamond Oaks, the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts from this area, all helping to place the wreaths in the area. I'm here to appeal to individuals tonight. We have tremendous support from groups and organizations and different clubs throughout the area. I'm appealing to those families who have veterans. If everyone would make a commitment of $17 this evening to purchase a wreath, it would take us no time at all to make sure that we have enough wreaths this year to honor everybody who is buried at Maple Grove. Kim has always been great about posting information on the website, and there's information here in the Township building. We have our own special QR code. We have our own special email or website that allows your donation to go directly to our cemetery. So if you have a veteran in the family, I am proud to say that we have 2 new veterans in our family this year that my sons, after spending 30 years each in the Army, have stepped back to retire this year, but we've replaced them with a new second lieutenant and someone who's participating in ROTC in college. So this is a project that's near and dear to my heart, and I know that if we can get out the word to the people in the community, it would be near and dear to them as well. So if you have any questions, Kim has my contact information if you need anything. But I again want to thank you all and invite you all to join us on December 13th to honor our veterans. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Darlene, there's been a matching program in the past, like 3-to-1, 2-to-1?
We have, Race Across America is in the process of changing their program now, and I think it's because when we first started the program 8 years ago, there were about 1,000 cemeteries that were covered throughout the United States. They're up to almost 7,000 places now. So in order for this wonderful Christmas tree farm in Maine to keep up, their costs have increased, so unfortunately the cost of the wreath is going to go up sometime. We're not sure exactly when. We always had a plan where it was buy two, get one free. That will be changing. I'm afraid it's going to go 3-to-1 instead of 2-to-1. But one thing I will mention is immediately after the ceremony on the 13th, for a month, they've always had a special program. In the past, it's buy two and get three free. I'm kind of afraid that may change a little bit after this year, but there will be a heavy campaign and sale available that first month after the event. So I will make sure that as soon as I know what it will be, that I will let everybody else know as well.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ceremony.
It's
For those that have not been to see it, it's something really, really nice.
I thank everybody. It's become a community event,
It's wonderful.
and families have come. It's become a tradition, and we've seen the little ones grow to be high school kids in the last 8 years, and they are always volunteering, and it's a wonderful thing.
The township's always proud to be part of it.
We thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, anyone else from the public?
I'd like to speak.
I'm here tonight to see who runs the Miami Township, Hamilton County Facebook page, the government page. Who is in charge of running that?
Excuse me, did you have a comment or something?
My name is Laura Hayslip. I'm a resident here in Miami Township.
So I have administrative rights to that.
Okay, so you are in charge of that posting, tagging, and untagging.
I have administrative rights to that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Laura Hayslip. I'm here today as a concerned citizen who believes deeply in open communication, transparency, and our fundamental right to free speech. Recently, I've noticed my posts and comments have been untagged or removed from a government-affiliated social media page. These posts are factual, related to matters of public concern, yet they were quietly taken down or made invisible. This is not just about me or a single post. This is about a pattern of silencing voices in a public forum that belongs to all the residents. When a government body removes, hides, or alters citizens' comments based on viewpoint, it risks violating the First Amendment, which guarantees the right to free speech, especially when addressing matters of public concern. Government pages are public forums maintained with public resources. This means that they must be open to all viewpoints, whether they're in agreement or not. Removing or untagging posts that don't fit a preferred narrative is not unfair, it's unconstitutional. I'm here tonight to ask for clarity and accountability. Transparency is essential for trust. When the government moderates speech, it undermines the public trust that is given to the elected officials by their voters and the communities that they represent. I am requesting an explanation and for the restoration of any content that was removed, untagged, deleted, or hidden. Our voices, all of our voices, deserve to be heard. Thank you for your time and for upholding the principles that make our democracy strong: openness, fairness, and the freedom to speak without fear of censorship. And I have some questions listed. May I approach?
Yeah, come on.
Who decides which posts remain to be visible and which are untagged? How does this comply with the constitutional protections that guarantee every citizen the right to speak freely on public matters? Who is the person who posts on the Miami Township, Hamilton County Facebook page? And who is the person who untagged my post? Which I think we know the answer to that now. This is in violation of Section 1983 of the United States Code. So I have given to you the law on the deprivation of rights under color of law. I have also included the Miami Township, Hamilton County official government page, the transparency that was listed on that it is listed as a government organization and a government page funded by taxpayer dollars. Let's see. And then I have given post where on 3 separate occasions my post was untagged or deleted. So I feel that just because someone doesn't agree with your viewpoint on a government-funded, taxpayer-funded public forum, you do not have the right to hide and delete comments and censor speech. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, anyone else?
I'd like to speak. If I'm-
Sure.
should I just
Yes, sir.
get up there?
Come on.
First timer, so.
Sure.
Mike Dussold, resident here in Miami Township, as well as business owner, Salon West, across the street from UDF. I'm here really just to get educated more than anything else. I know we've got an election coming up. So I get to my questions here, bear with me. A couple things, if you could, just briefly explain, who you are, like what your roles are with the board, if that's cool, your name and what your roles and responsibilities are. Let's start there.
I'm Mike Robinson. I'm a township trustee. I'm in my first term.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife and I have lived here, raising our kids here.
Got it.
I'm Dan Blanton. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees. I'm on my 12th year serving the Miami Township. And I oversee the roads in our district, which is 21 miles of roads.
Okay.
I oversee our maintenance department
And his name.
for the last 12 years. I oversee our senior center for the last 12 years. And currently right now, when Mr. Beck retired, Paul Beck was here 40 years.
Yeah, I knew Paul.
I took over the parks, and that's pretty much what I do.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, my name's Tim Volrath. I'm one of the trustees, first term here. Basically, I handle fire department, cemetery, things like that.
Got it. Okay. Cool. So, a big reason, aside from just trying to get educated on what the responsibilities of the board are, is for me to get a grasp of what's happening with from my financial perspective. That's one of obviously the biggest topics that happen. We're all curious to know what's happening, how things get done. You mentioned some different roles and responsibilities, things that you oversee, but with regards to finances, how do financial decisions get approved?
How do they get approved?
Yes. How does the tax dollars
Well, we
and
have-
the investments being made
We
with
have a
those tax
finance
dollars?
committee.
Okay, who's
We have
on
a
that?
physical officer.
Who's,
They do the final approval, the board.
Yeah, the board
Who's-
does the final approval.
got it. Who's on the finance committee?
We have
Cindy?
2 members and our administrator and I.
And our administrator makes a recommendation to the board on all the finances.
Okay. Who's the administrator?
That's me, Jim Brett.
Okay, so you're starting the process of recommendations of what to do with the money. Am I hearing that right?
Yeah, we usually start at the end of September, try to have our at least major projects thought out and everything together for the board to consider by the December meeting so that we can approve at least temporary appropriations for next year, or if we're fortunate, we get permanent appropriations done. So in the way that process works, we can do temporary appropriations, which is supposed to be enough to get us through 3 or 4 months. So that has to be done by January, before we can pay bills in January. Typically, we'll do that in December. Then we have until the end of March to have our permanent appropriations done.
Okay.
So it's always the goal to get those done early so we know what's going on because we work year-round.
Appreciate those details. Go ahead.
The department heads also give us each a budget for the next year.
Got it. I
Or
guess
a
I'm just
future.
trying to understand the flow of
With capital.
like ideas.
Right.
Like, so if I heard right, you are starting with the ideas of where to spend the money. That's
Correct.
you're really at the starting point of that.
Yes.
How are you coming up with those decisions?
Pretty much we get our list from the department heads of their wish, I'm going to call it a wish list
Yep.
for the year. We take all that into consideration, then we take into consideration the priorities and things that can't be put off. As I mentioned, the Whispering Farms Road, I think is going to have to be a priority for next year. The road over in Deer Run, probably 27. And we'll just look at that, go through that. I'll work with our department heads to do that. And then from there, some of the capital improvement things, I get input from the board on things that they want to do. And while we make those recommendations, everybody has their ideas of what's important. And then we try to come together as a group and say, okay, we want to do this project this year. We want to put this project off till next year. And as Mr. Robeson mentioned, getting that 5-year plan in place will really help us in planning things out like that. I know the fire chief is already, and we went for a year without a fire chief.
Right.
So getting the new fire chief here and having him to do his projections, that's a big help.
Before that, we always had a 5-year, but we didn't have a chief for a while, but we always had a 5-year.
Not to derail. I'm just trying to keep it simple. I just want to make sure I understand.
And can I interject?
Yes,
if you
go
don't
for it.
mind? You are correct when it comes to day-to-day operations in our departments and everything else, but there are a lot of capital projects that are initiated by board members, and that is not initiated by Mr. Brett. That is is brought forward as an idea, like he said, as far as priorities and thoughts, and trustees can just come forward and say, I want to do X, Y, Z, and I want to do A, B, C, and that is where sometimes these things kick off.
Got it. So not everything is starting with you. There's investments, capital investments that are outside of your privy and even outside of your recommendation.
The trustees really have the final say and the initial say.
Got it. But like these park projects and all that, was that initiated by you, or where did that start?
That was initiated by the board, and that was long before I got here.
Okay.
But they've been working on that for some time.
So going forward, then
Let's comment on that real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So that, like I said earlier, those park projects started way before Trustee Roberson was here,
Right.
way before Trustee Bullround.
6+ years.
Probably longer than that.
Got it.
So that's how long we've been in the planning stages of it.
Okay, I know, and I'm trying to I'll be honest with you, I'm trying to just separate that, to be straight up with you. I'm just trying to understand the process and how it exists today. I'll get to the park things because I got some questions about that too, but like today, how are you making decisions on what to do with the money that we are taking in with tax dollars? How does that process look? Is it documented? Is there any type of documentation?
I'm not sure what he's.
What do you mean? It's the tax dollars that come in the door. Who makes the decisions on what to do with them?
Well, the department heads, they sign off on the bills. They give them.
Excuse me.
He signs off, and then they go to me to sign off, and then I pay them, and then the board, each trustee is supposed to be signing off on the.
So department heads make the decision, or are they just recommending?
They recommend.
There's a certain limit to how much each department head can spend, and then he has a limit, and then the rest over a certain amount.
I think what you're asking is, how does one project get picked over another? Is that?
No, I'm just looking for just the general decision process, just the basics. Is there a documented process on this?
No, it's not in writing.
Is there something that you would like to add to the conversation?
No, sir.
Okay, how about you?
Hey, well,
But-
hey, just
thank you.
address, you're here
Each
to
department
address the
head has so
board.
much they can say.
Well, no, it sounded like they
Let's
said
address-
something to address me
Well,
with,
let's
so
just
it's cool.
address
I get
the
it.
board, and let's just keep it professional.
Got it.
So-
I am.
That's all I'm asking.
One of the things that, we listen to, and they listen to because they hear it a lot. I listen to people that, bring up projects like the Whispering Farms roadway. They just ask, hey, where's this falling into your thought process?
Right.
Gosh, I hate to bring this up, but we have a cul-de-sac project out here that has been on life support since I got here. And I think that's still a viable project. And we're still chasing after grants and money to make that happen. I think it's actually, Mr. Robeson and I have talked about, and I think I've talked with the other trustees as well, creating a corridor project down the dog trot and doing something with that entire area. We've talked about the need for sidewalks to at least Jandar Acres, a turn lane at La Rose's, and to be real honest with you, the county has told us that Shady Lane is not dangerous enough for them to make it a priority because not enough people get hurt there.
Okay, honestly, just in the spirit of time, I don't want to waste people's time here.
I'd be glad to sit with you and have a cup of coffee.
I just want to see documentation on the decision process. That's it. That's it. Does it exist?
Oh, it exists when we approve the appropriations for the year.
So there isn't
So that's what
anything
it-
documented currently that actually walks people through the understanding of the process for making decisions on what to do with the money?
No, there's not a written.
Can I ask why?
There's a lot of leeway.
There's no
With the
townships
board.
that have.
I'm not worried about any other township.
Okay,
I don't reside there.
It's just how the township operates.
I got it, but don't you see a little bit of a concern there with regards to just lack of oversight and just how the process is not documented? Okay, so as a taxpayer, I'm curious to know where my dollars are going. I'm not sure how that's being decided, because I got no confidence in what I'm hearing here. I'll be straight up. I don't know any other way to put it.
Well,
How do you
sit down-
address that?
Can't you sit down with you and look at the
Right, I mean, the
books?
department heads go to
We
you
get
for
audited by
approval
the
and then.
state.
Well,
Then
Every-
the items, a lot of items come here to be approved. They have the final say.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
that's, okay.
I mean,
Perfect.
you have limits that you can spend money and the department heads can spend money.
Got it. Where are
But
those
e-
limits documented?
That's actually in the minutes from past meetings. So
Okay.
right now, our department heads can spend $1,000 on things without my approval, without the board approval.
Okay.
I can spend $3,000 without their approval.
Yeah, those are
Those are pretty low numbers.
Yeah, and please understand, I'm here to get educated so I can make informed decisions.
I'm happy to.
And I'm also curious, just as a resident and business owner here, what's going on with our money. That's it. Period. And the parks thing, I don't want to go down rabbit holes here, but if what I've seen, in different conversations that I've heard and also what I've seen in social media and things of that nature is accurate, it's alarming, that we've got these projects that have been going on for, you said over 6 years that still haven't been completed. I'm curious to know, what research was done to determine that that upgrade was needed? And why are we 6+ years into this project?
Because it was a planning phase. It took us 2.5 years just to negotiate the purchase of the land, which was done by Trustee Beck.
Okay.
Who was here for 40 years. Then we had to assemble a committee. We had multiple meetings. We had to hire Baron Becker. We ended up hiring Baron Becker to start the process of the project management. And it takes time.
Right.
It takes
And
time.
I get it. I'm a business owner. I totally get it. It takes time to get things rolling. But how do we know that people want this? How is that
Well,
being determined?
If you drive by and see how much our park is used, it's used by hundreds daily. And
So we have a capacity issue?
no, but it's crowded. We bought the land. When I say we, Paul Beck, Jack Priniger, 2 trustees that retired, that was our sole purpose, was to purchase that land and to extend Miami Township West Park.
Okay.
And you're the only person that's ever spoke negative about it, that it's needed.
It's not a negative, it's a question. I'm very curious as to what's going on, because what I've seen is alarming.
That park has been, like I said, been in stages planning 6 or 8 years, and we're finally there where we're breaking ground.
Do we have the original estimates and where this is going to end up?
Yeah, we got it from Baron Becker, right, Jim? Jim, you need to speak up.
We
We've got the
we have the
estimates
estimates
from
for
Baron
the current proposal. I don't know that, because whatever happened 6 years ago when they were first thinking about buying the property, I don't know what their thought was on what they were going to spend, and I don't recall seeing it in the minutes. So it wasn't until the design was settled on that we got an actual estimate.
Okay, I mean, obviously, we're talking millions of dollars here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see why I'm questioning what's going on?
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
I have a
Okay.
question. Just-
Yes, yeah.
This project is funded by, is it not funded by TIF money?
It is.
All of it?
Money.
That's
All
what
of
I'm
it.
asking.
100%?
100%.
Okay, and then who made the decision to spend all of their TIF money on that?
Not all of our TIF. It's all with TIF money. That's how.
Who made the decision to spend TIF money on that? Is that you three?
The board.
Okay. Okay.
Isn't the
That's correct.
TIF, and I'm just trying to educate myself as well.
Yeah.
Isn't TIF funds meant to enhance the community?
It is.
But what are we enhancing, I guess would be the question.
We're
Our whole
enhancing.
educational system, the Three Rivers School uses it, the community uses it, others.
Do we have record? I'd like to see that.
All TIF money has to be like major, their equipment, their uniforms, can't be used for salaries.
Got it.
Stringent guidelines for
Yeah,
TIF
yeah,
money.
yeah.
I mean, doesn't that have to get approved by the
Correct.
county?
Yeah,
State?
yeah.
And then it's approved.
Well,
by-
no, but then locally, they're making decisions of where to go with it. That the money, if I'm not mistaken, is approved just at a
Right,
level
but
of like
I
a
believe
bucket.
Class 2 wants it. I mean,
Well, yeah, I'm going back to the park. Yeah, if you're talking about the park, yeah,
Can we get?
I mean,
where did we do
Back to-
market research? We can get things going. I get it. I'll come back at a
get
different
back to the
time.
Trustees, we're not going to be able to hear her.
Yeah, I can come back at a different time too. I know I'm taking up a lot of time here, but I guess too, it's like going back to the question of how did we determine that like these additional like upgrades are needed, right? Like where was the,
The board made that decision.
so was there any research done with the community, like the community's like hounding you guys
We
for
had
this?
community input on from the committee.
Where? Who?
Just hold on. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, sure. Was there a public hearing?
I don't know, did we have a public hearing or not? I can't remember.
Oh, we had the ambassador meetings on
We
different
did have
things.
it in the ambassadors
I don't, I
meeting.
mean,
that it was
We did
brought
not
up in
address
there.
it at an ambassadors meeting. I
We talked
begged
about
for
it.
that to
We
happen.
talked about it.
No, I begged.
I think
for
the
us to
question
have
is, was there a public
ambassadors meeting
hearing?
so
So
that
there
they-
was a
Which is
public
probably more important because that's the question I need
We
answered.
had committees meetings by multiple members of the community. Mr. Volrath was on there.
Prior to
before he
being a
became
trustee, I was involved in that because I was part of Scouts, I coach.
Yep.
All those things. I know on social media it had made it portray that trustee Volrath was part of this committee. That was long before I was on this board.
Got it.
The reality is, yes, people did have input, and I think what you'll find with ambassador meetings, just like we had with the tax levy, we have multiple meetings and the same people show up. It's the
Yeah, I
same
guess,
exact people show
I
up.
feel like we're going down a different path of like the question though. It's like, how did we get the community involved in making this decision that is clearly impacting the community?
We had the committee, that's all I can tell you.
So the community itself wasn't involved?
We had almost 10 members of the committee on that committee at one time.
Okay.
You
specifically said that it was a committee of 5.
No, I did not.
We addressed, we said that in a meeting and you named the
No,
names.
we've
finally.
had, I know we had 8 or 10 when Mr. Mouse, I'm not going to argue with you, Mike. We've had committee meetings. We had committee meetings before you were even on the board.
Okay, when the decision was made, I asked in an open meeting for the names of the committee, and you finally divulged those, and that was made clear.
You were in some of the meetings. You were in it.
What?
You were in the committee meeting for the park.
I came to one
With
meeting
Baron Becker, Mr.
after it
Pratt.
was already decided, and you guys laid it out.
All right, sir, let's just move along, okay? Because we're dragging this out. You are beating a dead horse or down that rabbit hole, whatever you referred to.
I didn't refer to it beating a dead horse.
Rabbit hole you mentioned, can we just move along so that other people can step
Yeah,
in?
absolutely.
You can let certain people
Yeah.
talk, but not others.
It's fine.
Is that
Just,
the way this works?
it's
Been up
okay.
there for 15
It's okay.
minutes.
Here's what I'm gonna ask for is who do I contact?
Don't do that.
Who do I contact directly to get answers on our finances? I want direct
Or administrator and our fiscal
contact.
officer, right?
Okay.
And really, I'd like to see more of it online. I mean, there's been a movement over the last 5 or 10 years.
We need to be
for
transparent with this.
more jurisdictions to put things online as far as to be more transparent with their,
I totally
finances
agree.
and things.
It should
And I
be
think
very
that we
easily
could-
accessible.
We should
And
be
it
able to do
is.
that.
You're welcome to come up anytime
Yeah.
and talk to Mr. Brett and Cindy.
Right, I can give you
She's
whatever
here
you want,
all
yeah.
the time.
And what is I'm sorry, what's your role?
I'm the fiscal officer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I
I
can
have
come to
no
you.
problem meeting with you.
Awesome.
Anytime, I mean, yeah.
Well, how about I do that? How about I just set an appointment
Just
with
send
you?
an
Is that
email.
cool? And we can just
Yeah.
collect this information again. I'm here to get educated. I hope you
Okay.
understand that. I've got some concerns, obviously,
Right.
but I think I want to start with just getting educated,
Right.
and then I can make an
I
informed
think
decision.
that's a good, to get educated, I think
Let's-
that's what you need.
Let's
Yes.
do that. All right. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the time. And, here, look, I love the community, and that's why I'm here. And you can probably sense it in my voice. I've got some passion because I love it here. I absolutely love it. And I don't want to see any type of actions being taken against the progression of this community. Anything that's going to derail our community or financial irresponsibility. Those are two things that I'm most interested in. I want to make sure that we're handling our funds correctly and we're growing the community the right way, period, point blank. Does that make sense?
It does.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right, anybody else would like to address the board?
Greg Stoutberg, resident. Much like Mr. Duzold here, I was just here to get a little more educated, and I'm frankly a little appalled there was not a public hearing for such a big project. I was a city councilman in Cheviot for 4.5 years. We had public hearings for spending $100,000, let alone $3, $5, $10 million, however much the park project is. It's irresponsible, is what I would say. I'm also the parent of, I have kids at Three Rivers. I love the school. It's been great. But I would also remind the three of you making these decisions, you are not an extension of the school board. You are here for all the township residents.
Absolutely. All the trustees are.
So that's all I have to say. And thank you for serving. I know it's a tough job. So.
Thank you.
Do you mind me asking who you are and what
No, I'm just making a comment.
Okay, I'm just curious.
All right, well,
I was just curious to
everybody,
know kind of
can
what your role was here.
we please just, let's keep it professional, please.
I am.
Anybody else would like to address the board? All right, we'll go to the board. Mr. Roberson.
Let me start with just some regular updates. So earlier, I attended the Great Parks, Hamilton County Great Parks held a fall tour, and I attended the Mitchell Memorial Forest Mountain Bike Trail Skills Course unveiling. We were there with a bunch of community stakeholders, and that was a great event, and it was great to see. If you go into Mitchell Memorial, it's all the way towards the back on the left. It's a cool new amenity, and I appreciate that. I know Touch a Truck was mentioned, but I really want to thank Ms. Robers and our entire fire department particularly. They do a fantastic job. The open house, it was a beautiful day. It was great to see all the families out engaged, and that was exciting. I did attend the Taylor Homecoming Parade on Thursday, and that was a great evening, a great turnout, and I want to congratulate Taylor on the 100-year anniversary, and their exciting night on Friday night, and was proud to sponsor their 100-year T-shirt, banners, very supportive of the school, and think that they have every right to be proud of that. We do represent the entire community, and so it's always tough when you start singling groups out, because it's like, oh, my kid is a swim team or my kid is a soccer team or whatever else, but I will also point out that the Elder football team is having one heck of a season and undefeated and just had some big wins against Moeller and others. So, I think that it's important that we celebrate all education, all schools, all groups, and whether that's Diamond Oaks or whether that's, Three Rivers or whether that's Elder or Seton or LaSalle or X or whatever the group is, our job is to uplift everyone and unite everyone because our students are our future and that's important. So again, congratulations to Taylor, but Elder, all the groups going on, out there. I will briefly address this that talks about constitutional protections and it looks like a legal document. There was one post that was untagged, and it was an accident. It was about 5 a.m. and I have a personal Facebook page, and I have a campaign trustee page, and I also have access to the Miami Township page. And if you followed social media at all lately, you will know that there has been a barrage, a tidal wave of negative comments and smears and attacks. And there's been an attempt to literally tag anybody and everybody, including federal, state officials, county governments, township governments, anybody and everybody to try to desperately get some attention. And it is hard when you're trying to figure out with these attacks, whether you're dealing with untagging on this page or that page or whatever else. So at 5 a.m. when I woke up and half awake, I did accidentally do that, and I tried to re-tag it, but in all honesty, couldn't figure out how, because it wasn't my post, you can't, or the township's post, to re-tag. So this and a discussion about constitutional rights and limiting freedom of speech and everything else is the result of one accidental untagging at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I will now talk about the rest of my comments. So I want to address what happened recently. Trustee Blanton, I guess 2-3 meetings ago, read a prepared statement, and at our last meeting, which was an afternoon meeting at 3:15 2 weeks ago, my wife and a few supporters asked if they could attend and speak about this, again, this tidal wave of personal attacks aimed at Patrick Cagney and myself. I told them no, because our trustee meetings are meant to conduct township business, and they're not to be used for campaigning. They were disappointed, and rightfully so, when they heard that Trustee Blanton had 3 individuals attend who sat apart as if they didn't know one another. None identified themselves when they came up to the podium and spoke. Ma'am, I'm trying to speak. Each took turns making accusations and personal attacks against me. Later, it was portrayed on social media as though these were simply concerned residents. In truth, they were actually Trustee Blanton's wife, Trustee Blanton's son, and a close friend of Trustee Blanton, the president of the Three Rivers Athletic Association. This wasn't random. It was a coordinated effort to go after me at a meeting meant for the people's business and not politics. But there's a bigger picture here. The residents of Miami Township have a choice to make in the coming weeks. The other side, the same good old boys who have held influence for far too long, they're scared. They're actually terrified.
You can't start attacking like you're doing now, Mike.
I am trying.
You can't start that.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. You started it on Facebook.
Okay, you're not going to let me talk?
We're not
I
gonna,
thought we
I
were
think
gonna
let's
be
keep it
transparent.
Let me be
professional.
transparent because I got a response on that.
That's great.
All right.
Let's keep
let
it
us finish.
professional, come on.
I am
This
being
is
professional.
crazy.
I-
You attacked me on Facebook, and then you had people
Can we
question
let
you
this go
about
and then
it.
you, like,
So-
That's what happened. So
I'm going
you're
to,
throwing out false narratives to fit your agenda. Let's just
Really?
move along.
no, I'm not going to, I was elected by the people. I have a right to speak, and I'm going
Yeah,
to
but
speak.
we're, just like you said last 2 weeks ago, this isn't a campaign rally for you.
Correct, which is what you had.
That's
Three
what you're
individuals come.
doing.
No, you had three individuals.
No, I did not.
You're-
I did not.
You didn't have your wife, your
No, I
son,
did
and...
not. They're their own person. So let's
Let him
act
talk.
like
No,
this.
This isn't...
Yeah.
I'm going to finish my remarks. They want to go take us backwards 10 to 20 years. Patrick Cagney and I want to move this township forward 10 to 20 years. There's a difference. They attack the smear with smear campaigns using language like slimy dirtball you've always been. We respond with messages like be informed, know the facts, get engaged. Again, there's a difference. They want to distract you with yard signs and lies that divide us, the whole us versus them. We're talking about real priorities, public safety, fiscal responsibility, and respect for our employees and our community. Again, there's a difference. The choice could not be more clear. Do we go backwards, giving in to the bullying and the intimidation, or forward in a positive direction built on respect, integrity, and unity? My wife and I chose Miami Township to raise our children because we love this community, our community. This is a great township with tremendous potential. My hope and prayer is that voters will see through the negativity and division so that we can unleash that potential. I'm proud that I've led the charge to increase communications through our revamped website, newsletter, social media, and live streaming of our meetings. I'd love to improve on our transparency with our fiscal issues. And despite the challenges and roadblocks, we've made progress, but our work is not done. This is our last meeting before this race is up, and I'm humbly asking for your support, for your vote. I want you to spread the word to neighbors and friends because together we can move Miami Township forward with integrity, accountability, and pride.
I have something to say.
Now you're
Thank you.
campaigning.
Can I come up?
Now you're campaigning.
Which is what you've done the last 3 meetings.
I'm coming up.
Let the public comments. It's over.
Right.
Is it over?
Public's comment is finished.
You're a liar. You started
down.
all this public slandering. You lied. Oh, you think that's funny? Your husband started it. And you talked about the residents of
Come on.
Ashland.
Come on, let's finish the
Get the hand of
meeting,
gavel.
please. Just please.
The residents deserve better than this.
Just like when you said, why did it's like putting lipstick, it's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Please.
When we did, when the
I'm asking
park was
for order.
created in Frogtown. That's the
I'm
kind of
asking for
comments
order.
you make.
All right, trustee
You publicly
Volrath.
slandered our family. Why?
So we're not going to
So-
move on.
So I would like to move on, and I've been relatively quiet in this entire campaign piece. But I think if anybody has the right to say anything here, it's going to be me. You're not a choir boy. 2 years ago, for the first time ever in the history of Miami Township, you were responsible for orchestrating a smear campaign against me and my family that hurt not just me, but my children. My children, that after that postcard went out, my daughter gets off the bus the first day that somebody saw that. And a girl said to her, "Your dad's a criminal." How do you think that makes me feel? What kind of politician, what kind of nonsense is that? If we want transparency, let's tell the truth. You guys knew the facts before that ever came out. Prior to that election, prior to me even coming on to the board as a trustee, prior to me even deciding to run, Jack Reninger hadn't even made the decision to leave yet. But yet we had somebody already coming into there. And I don't know who who deems a candidate to be a good Republican, a bad Republican, this, that, or the other thing. But it appears like there's a great sway for one or two people to be able to make that decision as to who gets endorsed, who gets this, who gets that. And I just think it's nonsense. Like, I watch what goes on with this campaign, and I watch just the petty nonsense, and I don't understand it. I don't understand sign blockages. I don't understand social media stuff. I don't get it. Run on the merit of who you are.
Right.
So if we're saying it's right, why did we do what we did 2 years ago? It smells and tastes a whole lot like that all over again. And I'm waiting. I'm sitting here waiting for the other shoe to drop. I have not said a word in this entire campaign because this is between you gentlemen to run. But I am not going to sit here and silently let another smear campaign go on. And I'm going to say, if that happens, I will be utterly disgusted with whoever does it.
Well, can I just, Tim, you and I know that we had a good conversation after you were elected.
We did.
And I explained the situation, and I explained that I was not behind this. I was not orchestrating that, and I expressed my disappointment.
But I have had personal conversation with Russ Mock. Personal conversation. And Russ Mock, and maybe that's something you need to take up with him. Russ Mock did not deny the fact that you and Rob orchestrated that.
No,
now,
that's not true.
That's, okay, well, I've taken you at your word. I've tried to move forward with this, but all this stuff is nonsense.
Right.
It's just nonsense. Run on who you are. Run on what you're going to do for the community.
Right.
Run on what you're going to do as a trustee. Have integrity. That's what's really important for this role.
All right, I'll be very brief. So since we got into the history of what we've done for the township, I've lived in the township for over 50 years, and that's why I'm up here. I wanted to have a say in our community, keep it safe, have great fire, great police protection, and I've sat up here for 12 years and made those decisions. And I'm proud of every decision I've made and been a part of for this township. And every project that I've been involved with for the township, I'm proud of every single one of them. I just want to put that out there. I wouldn't take any of them back, and I would vote again the way I voted before. So with that being said, and everyone here knows I'm up for re-election, just like with Mike. So I put my reputation behind what I did here and what I did for the community here. I can sit here and honestly say that Miami Township is a better place to live and raise your family since the last 12 years that I've been on the board, along with the other two trustees that were here before, Mr. Volrath and Mr. Roberson, and now with the Mr. Roberson and Mr. Volrath now. So that's how I feel about the whole situation. I will go on, I will say this: congratulations to Taylor High School on their 100th anniversary. They're the only school district in Miami Township, Cleves, Addison, North Bend. A strong school equals a strong community. And we have to have a great working relationship with the school district to be a better community, to have people that want to live here, want to come and raise their families here, and get a good education, which is wonderful. With that being said, that's really all I have. If anybody's got questions for the board. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Asher. I didn't go to you.
Well, I just want the residents to know, I've been doing this 33 years. I get audited every 2 years, and we have a very good audit every 2 years. You know, all little recommendations, but we fix them. So, and I'm an open door. There's trustees that come to me all the time asking for questions. We're always going back and forth and figuring, what do we need to do? And so there's things I have to do it correctly. I can't, and I pay based on what they approve and what you approve. So I think we have a good system. Superintendent, they sign off, You sign off, I sign off, and then the trustees are supposed to sign off on every bill that
Right.
goes through there. So they should know what's going on. So I'm a little hurt, but I feel like I'm very dedicated to this township, so
All right.
that's all I have.
I don't mean that, it's just a question for you.
Yeah.
Ms. Oster.
Yeah.
Are we in financial, like, hardship right now, or are we in danger of being in financial hardship?
We
right
were if we didn't pass the fire levy, but
Okay.
thanks
Right.
that, no.
now? Okay.
No. Our general fund, and like I said, you get with me, I love meeting. We met, we had open meeting. I have no problem with meeting and discussing, because I don't think people really understand. I get that. So, no, we're not, general fund's doing really striving. We're supposed to put the renewal on next year. I don't know what the board's going to decide. They make the final decision. I have no decision-making. So, as you know, I just do the work. I pay the bills, but that's the only levy that we have up next year is a general fund, .46. That's been on for years and years. And they have to make a decision, do we renew it or increase it? But,
So relatively speaking, we're not, like, Mr. Del Sol, you were like leading into, I felt like you were implying that we were in some kind of financial hardship right now. We were headed towards a financial hardship.
No, not at all.
I'm more curious about the decision process.
So, but I think
We
it's safe
have,
to say
Cindy,
that
you
the
need to
money
comment
here,
on TIF again.
we're not overspending.
Right.
We're not
We're not.
frivolously spending. We have money in the bank. The township-
doesn't mean-
We're always under our budget, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can agree with that. I understand how public money works probably better.
Yeah, but I
than
really, honestly, I just want to start at the basics of the process, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Can I-
Just get educated.
comment
Can I
on
make
TIF?
one comment?
Go ahead.
So this is just a comment about the signatures that are being gathered to eliminate property taxes in Ohio. The groups that's doing that don't have a replacement plan. If that would go through, it would devastate every local government from the counties on down. It would devastate the school district. I think Mr. McDowell would agree with that. So I'm not saying that there's not something that needs to be done with the way we fund schools, with the way we fund our local governments, but that's a very important issue, and I hope that everyone here tonight will keep an eye on that and think about how we're going to pay for the fire truck or the life squad to show up at your house if they're successful in that. So that's about as political as I'm going to get tonight, but I think that's a half-baked plan, and I hope that they're not successful.
Do you want to comment on TIF again?
Huh? What about?
TIF?
What about TIF?
Just about what we have in there now.
Yeah, I said that
what we'll have in
before.
there.
We have
I know,
15
I wanted
million.
to reiterate.
Right now,
that.
we have 15 million there as a balance, and each year we get like 10 million, but we have to get half of it back to the school because that's part of the the school, and so we get about 5 million a year for TIF.
So after our
And that pays
projects
for
are paid,
a lot of,
we'll be back to 15 million.
yeah.
All right.
I
Motion to,
have a question.
Yeah.
Does the board in general think that it's okay to break federal law and then just dismiss it? Is that a thing? Is that not a thing? And then just say, oh, it's an accident, but then never reach out to say, I accidentally untagged this. I know it's a violation of federal law. That's alarming, that we just break federal laws and
it is.
it's
It
not
is.
even addressed.
Mr. Attorney.
I'm going to make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Mr. Volrath?
Yes.
Mr. Blanton?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.